Welcome back, everybody. I'm really happy to welcome you to the next presentation. It is from Baljer and Zembrod. It's a company from a small village near Lake Constance in Germany. And yes, I'm really happy to show you what their cranes can do. They prepared a little webinar for that. Have fun with that and see you afterwards.
Good afternoon. My name is Olaf Kiewitz. I'm working with Baljer Zembrod and I'm the responsible sales guy for the recycling industry. With this presentation here, I want to introduce Baljer Zembrod itself, and I want to present you a reference case story so that you have an idea in which way we are working and the results of our working. So let's start with the introduction of Baljer Zembrod. With this little presentation, I want to show you the company, the products we offer, and to give you a few features and facts, maybe that you can handle with our company, and if you are interested in our company, that you can go in contact with us. So we are, as I said, a machine construction company. We are developing, constructing, manufacturing, and do the service for all our cranes which we produce and deliver. We have sales base in Frost, Czech and Poland. Around about 18 employees, and we are founded in 1951. We are located in South Germany, as you can see, Lake Constance, and we have around about 80% of our products we produce by ourselves. On the next slide, I show you the survey of our cranes. You can see we have 6 models. Actually, we have a 7th model. It's called R6. It's not in this brochure and in my presentation, but it's really new. Our biggest crane is a PA61 and our smallest crane is the A63. The green features give you the length of the arm system, and the red features show you the possible weight you can lift with these cranes. On the next slide, I will start to show you the components of our cranes. If you talk to us, then you will ask me, I need to lift 2 tons. I need a length of the arm system around about 12-13 meters. And we are working on a day base, we are working in a 1, 2 or 3 shift environment. And then with this information, and we need a little bit more information, we go back in our planning, and then we have a lot of possibilities. We can take different arm systems, we can take different cylinders. We can take different crane bases, and we can take different power aggregates. Our aggregates starts with 37 kilowatt and goes around about 110 kilowatt. So this is a kind of set of possible features in which we can deal and handle and find out the right crane for you. And I will start with some of the basements. And the basement is where we put the crane on. We can put it on a base foundation. We can put it on a semi-mobile part, so that you can put the crane from time to time, not on an early day and not on a day base. You can put it from time to time. Maybe if you change your process, you can put the crane on another position, yeah? And then we can deliver you a carriage system with wheels. You can render it at 20, 30, 80, 120 meters. It's not a problem for us. And we can give you as a foundation the portable crane. These kind of cranes we normally use in the wood environment. So this was the base of the crane. The next one the next big component is the cabins. So you can have a small cabin like you can have from Zenbong or from Liebherr. You can have our swinging cabin, which is able to turn around the base. It's a well-stuffed cabin, very comfortable. It's a big cabin, and it's really good for your employees to work in it. And then we have the cabin stationary. This is really like an office, and you normally use it in the wood industry. So the next picture maybe is, then I will start with you with the introduction of the crane systems. A short introduction. Yeah? So with the R63, we use this crane normally for light activities. With 13 meters you can lift 1.4 ton. And you normally handle like aluminium, or you sort light material, or you use it for loading trucks from a small base, from a small pit onto a truck. It's also good if you have to do this work in small halls, around about 6 to 7 meters high. The next crane I will show you is the A6 one. It's a well-manufactured product. It's good in the market, deep in the wood industry, a little bit less in the recycling industry. It's for one shift. You can lift by 13 meters, you can lift round about 2.3 tons. And also, as always, our cranes are able to, we can deliver it in different length systems. Yeah. More length is less lifting power. Roundabout. If you go smaller, then it is, you will have the possibility to lift more. So the next crane is the OBX5. On the picture you can see you can have it on rails, you can have it on a base foundation. It's like an A6, it's not a little bit bigger, and you can lift with 13 meters 2.9 tons. If you are on a multiple shift, then a little bit less, you have 2.5 tons to lift. You can also have this in different arm systems. Here as an example you can see it's 17 meters. This is a normal system with around about 13 meters. And this is a typical crane which is used in the recycling industry. It's a machine, it's easy to handle, around about 55 to 75 kilowatt necessary to drive this machine. And normally you have our cabins which is swinging around the base. As you can see here, this is our really recycling machine. The next machine is out of the recycling, it's a sail machine with a balance. So with this machine you can save a lot of energy because it's well balanced during the working. And you will find it in different industries in Switzerland. You can have it as a reference where you can look on these machines. The next machine is our LGX. It's a bigger one. And we use this for the necessary to lift more power on a bigger distance. With this crane at 15 meters you can lift up 4 tons. And if you go to 70 meters, you really can lift 3.3 tons. Here in the example you can see on a rear. And this arm system is 70.5 meters. And this grip has 2 cubic meter content and material to lift. Here you can see we use it also on a base foundation and on a porter crane. These are bigger cranes. We have it also in the marketplace. Beside the OBX, this crane is also one of our recycling cranes in the market. Then the next crane is the PA61. It's our biggest crane. Actually, we have one in Germany, in Spawn. So with this crane, you can see with 20 meters you can lift up to 6 tons. And with 16 meters you can lift up to 8.7 tons. Maybe this crane is also good if you want to deal with community waste, with sand or such kind. Also available with all length systems. The specialty is we need 2 110 power aggregates. So that's it's really our biggest crane at the moment. On the next slide, I show you our new crane which we have developed. You can see the first name was OBX Power R. So this has changed to now recycling crane, and this crane was developed for the necessity that we have to lift more weight and that we have to put that crane in existing halls. So we decided in the following way that the crane base is not so high and that you can lift 1 ton more than a normal OBX. And this is the reason, although in the recycling industry, where you have from time to time lift up big packages with around about 1 ton. And on the other side where you have a specific weight of 200 kilogram per cubic meter. So that's a big difference, but from time to time we have to lift a lot of. And the problem always is that our grips are very heavy. So a normal grip, which 650 liter, we have 1.5 tons to lift. So now we position it between the OBX and the LBX. And at the moment we have a lot of proposals running these new RSX crane. Now I will show you a typical customer request example. A customer comes to us with a 3D graphic. You can see here a possible crane. You can see what he has to do. He has to lift up material from here, from the pit and the hopper. And he comes also with a few features necessary for us to start the planning. So what we need is the distance. We need the tons per hour. So how much do you have to deal in 1 hour? We need a specific weight. We need the environment. Is it in a hall? Is it outside? The roof, how high is the roof? We need like working hours per day, so it's shift, multiple shift, and some more features. Now the customer here comes to us and said, the weight is very specific. It's around about 2 tons, specific material. And we have to lift these 2 tons on a height of 8 meters and put it in a hopper. So, and we have to do this in 2 shift way. So what we are doing now, we sit down and start planning, and the result of the planning, I will show you the next page, looks like this one. So this is a typical planning which you will get from us in the phase of a proposal. You don't have to pay for that, but it's necessary for us to deliver you this information, because if we are selling you a crane on a base, you will be able to change this. So distance, the reachability and all that stuff has to be fixed before, and we have to measure around, and we have to come back with a proposal. And if we go back to the slide before, you see the crane on the base, you see the hopper, and you see the pit. And then if you then go to the presentation, to the plan, you can see here is the crane with the base, here is the hopper, you can see the area, you can see it from the side, and you can see the positioning of the material. And what we are doing is we now design a crane that all these handling which you want to have from us is necessary and could be fulfilled from us. We also deliver you static information to build your base, and we deliver you also information around the crane, so that you can start your own planning with your static guys and your architecture on your side. And based on such planning and the negotiations which we have with you, we are able to design your proposal. And with this information, the proposal, the planning, and the resource planning and capacity planning, which you also will get from us, you are able to decide if you want to go with Baljer Zembrod or not. At the end of this presentation, I will give you information that every time you can call us, you can go to our website. You will find a lot of funny movies around our crane systems, a lot of references. You will get all the information and more of the information which I showed you the last 10 minutes. And if you want to go in contact with us, on the next slide you can see here the contact dates. So it would be a pleasure for me to have you on the phone, and it would be a pleasure for me to go in some planning activities, maybe to propose you a really good crane for your environment so far. Many thanks, and I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.
Well, thank you, Olaf, for that presentation. And I'm really happy to welcome you afterwards to our next webinar at 10:30 with Cosmo Consult, who have prepared a small sketch over 15 minutes. It's called Innovations Battle, where we talk a little bit about digitalization in the recycling industry. And yes, we will see what they got for us. In 15 minutes, please be back. And if you want to get more information about the cranes from Baljer and Zembrod, you can also, of course, head over to their booth at the EREC, where you can find all the links, all the contact information, and anything else you might want to know. And so I say thank you for your attendance right now and wish you a good day. Bye bye. See you soon.